And I want to welcome you to another episode of Beyond the Surface Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Wanda J. Evans-Brewer, and I'm doing a show to celebrate my 1-year anniversary of the launching of Wonderland's Naturals. So this is, it actually was yesterday, which was April 10th. Today is the 11th. And this is a confirmation that you can start a small business and you can have a decent enough income to sustain yourself in the U.S. Now, I'm one of the firm believers that whether you are staying here for a short term or long term, you need to keep a stream of income coming from the West. So it's not that I've changed my mind on this being a pioneer space. This is definitely a pioneer space, and you can begin to build industries or support industries that are already flourishing and make them benefit you. But the reality is that some of them start slow. Some of them will work in such a way that they eat through a lot of money, because you do face a certain set of setbacks in Africa, sometimes from the people, sometimes from the environment. Sometimes it's just really bringing people up to speed, trying to get technology and equipment and a new mindset as you're trying to carve out your pioneer space. So what's interesting is at the time that I started Wonderland's Naturals, it was at the same time that Concordia University had downsized my classes. Now, many of the industries back in the U.S. have used COVID as an excuse to release workers. Now, I know there's a great exit. There's a whole bunch of folks that have quit their jobs because of it. But there's also just these businesses manipulating the COVID rules and just saying, look, we're going to restructure, have less people. We're not going to use this. We're not going to need that. And so that began to happen at the university level. I haven't worked for Concordia University since March 2021. Okay, so we know we are we're just getting into April 2022. So that's a whole year that I had to rely solely on Wonderland's Naturals. And it was each month getting better and stronger as I came to understand not only was the store meant to celebrate the herbs and the roots and the barks and the berries and the fruits that had healed my daughter and myself, healed me and Gia. But it also became a platform where West Africans who are dispersed out in throughout the diaspora, okay, you have them in Germany and Switzerland, you have them in Canada and all throughout, right? These people still miss their stuff. They still have a longing for their food or for certain artifacts that just mean something to them, like the chewing sticks, okay, like shea butter, like black soap, like Odie seeds. These are things that are just unique to them that they can't find in these nations that they're cohabitating in, and they want them. And so it's been an amazing experience, and it's pushed me to have a different type of learning curve, because when people suggest things and I don't know them, I have to walk through not only the language, the Ghanaian language, but sometimes the product is more common in Nigeria or more common in Togo or more common in Benin, but this is all West Africa. So it's figuring out the language, the words, what it is, and then finding it on the market and having it negotiated. So usually the negotiations, finding it, I'm an excellent researcher. That's why I have the PhD. Almost all PhDs are great researchers. But that doesn't mean I can negotiate on that market. And it doesn't mean I can pronounce it and speak in a way that the market women will understand me and I can get the product. And so that's where Isaac comes in. And where I have not been as happy with the way he runs the juice business, the Wonderland's Naturals juice, I'm completely happy with his investment in Wonderland's Naturals. So, yeah, he's the person that handles the post office. He's the person that negotiates prices and helps with bundles and goes and, besides my my driver, Mr. Godsway. I let those people kind of speak for me. I have gotten to a place where I have certain market women. They see me so often. I'm buying from them so much that urge to cheat me has finally quailed. They finally just don't even feel like it. And I actually can just talk to them and enjoy it. And they know what I'm looking for the most part. This is an amazing store in that it celebrates all things natural and Ghanaian. So part of why Gia and I left the U.S. Was because we were sick. And we needed to get to a place where we could get organic, non-GMO, non-processed, non-pesticide foods without effort. It didn't need to cost a lot. It didn't need to burden us. We needed to be able to eat to capacity. And we're able to do that in Africa. And particularly, we're able to do that in Ghana. And what Ghana gives us, and I always refer to it as the Garden of Eden, is full of herbs. The food is the medicine. So when you're having ginger and clove and rosemary and Percocet and all of this is medicine. As much as you're drinking and eating it, and you're also doing it to keep your lymphatic system flowing, to keep your colon flush, to keep your skin glowing and looking fresh. It also serves dual, sometimes triple purposes. We needed that. The food is expensive in the U.S. and it's highly processed and it's full of a lot of things that clog the arteries. And then it's full of a lot of chemicals. So you look at a package and you can't pronounce what's in it. It's absolutely delicious. For example, hot stuffed Cheetos, delicious, but it's 20 words there that are clearly not food items. But yeah, it's cheap. You can spend $1 and get it and be full off of it. McDonald's has one of the cheapest menus, but it also has one of the most processed menus. So we needed to come out of there. We needed to deal with it. Gia was pre-diabetic. We have completely reversed that. I had sciatica to the point that it was like crippling to a certain degree. Blood pressure was high. We both needed to lose a significant amount of weight. That came off without effort. We needed our skin flushed. I'm a constipator, no longer. I'm able to pass freely. And all of this is a result of the food and the herbs and the spices and the roots and the barks that are here in Ghana. So I'm excited about what Wonderland Naturals has given me in terms of an income, but I'm also excited at what Wonderland Naturals has given me in terms of my own health. So yeah, I celebrated. We did just a poster. We let folks know, like, look, if you're interested, you can go to Wonderland's Naturals. If you purchase $50 worth of stuff, we giving you a $10 off coupon. And, we look forward to charging and going deeper into 2022. To date, we have 780 sales. And, we've sold to Hawaii, Germany, France, Canada, the Netherlands. Our product has gone to the U.S. And then we've gotten other places like Austria. We even, believe it or not, I couldn't believe it. One time we actually made it to China. So, this is one of the powerful things about launching online is that's just it. It is a global market. And so wherever there are West Africans dispersed throughout, they can find items that they've been looking for. Maybe it's chewing sticks. Maybe it's black soap or shea butter. Sometimes it's ODCs or Ojima. Sometimes it's something as simple as their bathing sponge. These are all things that they hold value to and is unique to them. And then there are people who have visited these nations that also come back and they look for it. Then there's exotic fruit. We've managed to ship cocoa pods, the whole pod. We've shipped black velvet tamarind. We've shipped the tamarind balls. a litany of spices that range from dudu to dawa dawa to curry and percocet, all things that if you've ever been to West Africa, you know that's very much about that's ingrained in the cuisine. Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud that I'm able to actually take care of myself. I'm proud that I finally figured a balance in my marriage where we can work as a yin and yang. That yin and yang is in place, and we can work as a powerhouse team. He does his end very well, and I most certainly handle that customer service, that promotion, that selection of items. He does the negotiating. He works that post office. He helps me with bulk orders, going wherever we got to go to get this stuff. There's no place that Isaac won't go, and he negotiates that stuff where the vendor still can feed themselves, but we definitely can make some good revenue. So yeah, Wonderland's Naturals is here to stay. I'm on Etsy platform. I'm looking into expanding myself a little bit on eBay. But this is exciting stuff. And this is something that someone coming to this country should consider. We still have the right to access those platforms back home. The Africans don't. They can't use Etsy or Shopify or eBay. Maybe eBay. But you have to have the ability to use a MasterCard, a Visa, Apple Pay, because they're working with U.S. banking systems, not African banking systems. So that's a plus for us. One thing we know, we can sell because people always buy. I love Wonderland's Naturals, and I hope you will too. Anyway, celebrating 1 year, very, very proud. Shout out to Isaac Agbosu, and also to Mr. Gosway, my driver, who works as my partner and translator and negotiator as well. We're going into our year 2, and it's going to be even better.